What is going on, everybody? How you doing? Almost made it. We got one more day and we got the weekend. My week's been pretty good so far. Not perfect, but pretty good. No complaints. And I think we're just about ready to hop right in here. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Oh, hang. Almost just about sneezed. Got to my dump button in time. Love having a dump button. Always wanted one. Now I got one. Right. What are we doing here on the farm? So I did get, I got our fields in with, let me see, right up here. We put corn. Did we not? We put corn, I said. Yep, we put corn in 28 and 29. We put sugar beets in 27. I wanted to harvest something today. And I thought we might get to sugar beets. We need them for the cows. But then I also remembered I wanted to do this as well. So I did go, you saw when we first hopped in here, we have plant growth off. Because I wanted to freeze this corn in its darkest green stage. And I think that's when we need to harvest it with Maize Plus. I think that's when we need to bring it in as silage. So I think we're going to put it in this pit right here because this is the closest one. But we're going to need a forager to do that. And we have, at the moment, we have $8 grand. I don't think that's enough to rent a forager. I guess a forage harvester. Fried, what is happening, brother? How you doing? So the next best thing is we're going to muck out because we've got, if we look in our cows here, we've got almost 10,000 liters of manure in the cows, 4,000 for the sheep, and we've got 17,000 liters of milk. Now, if we can sell that, Ernie, what's happening? If we can sell that milk, we may use that to lease our forage harvester. Maybe, I don't know. We can jack our loan a little bit. It's not super high right now. All right. I was looking at there for our. There it is. I was looking at there for our little class. And before we do anything else, let's take a look here. Yeah, all of our animals are good on food as well, so we're okay there. Nobody's starving. One wool pallet, not quite done. Beautiful. So this is going to be, I think, our second to the last video for Chellington. And we're counting down. I'm doing good, but I wanted to go to night school, but it was raining and I biked there, so I stayed home. Yeah, I hear you. I was an avid cyclist for years, and I rode in all weather. I rode in the rain, and it can be miserable. It can be really, really rotten. It's dangerous as hell, too, depending on where you have to ride. If you're anywhere near traffic, you know, visibility is bad for drivers. It's just always, I didn't like it. But I did it. I don't blame you for not doing it, though. What was I complaining about? What was I upset about? Oh, right. So we're going to do, I think, 2 more videos for Chellington on YouTube. We're going to do this one, and if we don't get to the sugar beet this episode, we will get to sugar beet next episode, and then I think that's going to be it for Chellington. Regardless of the move to Twitch, I think that would be it, because at that point we will have like planted and harvested every crop. Animals are doing good, and I think it's just going to be a question of grinding until we make a couple million, because we bumped our money up a little bit when we started. We cheated in a little bit of money, so I figure a farm's not done. Big roads with a lot of traffic, yeah, that is dicey. I've been there, brother. That is not fun. When it's raining and, you know, people are distracted and they can't see, it's spooky as hell. I don't blame you. So, I don't consider a farm to be done until we make back the money that we cheated in. And we cheated in a couple million, so we need to make a couple million. We've got a ton of good equipment on this farm. I don't think there's really a lot more to buy as far as equipment. And I'm sort of at my limit with the number of fields that we have. I know some people like to have, you know, 15 or 20 fields. 8 or 10 is fine for me. So we've got all the fields that we need. And we've got all the equipment that we need. There's really nothing to spend money on. So that means we would just sort of grind our way up to a couple million. And then I'd go into the XML, edit that couple million back down to like 100,000. And say that we had repaid our loan and this farm was done. But the grinding part I think I can do off camera. So we'll do this episode and then we'll do one more. And we will retire this map for now. We can always come back to it. And then the other thing is, I think we will do probably 3 or 4 more videos or streams. I guess I keep saying videos because I did that for so long. But we'll do 3 or 4 more streams on YouTube, and then we're going to Twitch full time. And I'm going to time that around moving house. So I'll probably be gone for a couple weeks. I'll be gone from, I don't know, I'll still be on Discord, but I won't be posting anything, and I won't be streaming for a couple weeks. And then when we come back, we're going to be streaming on Twitch. And I guess there's a way that you can download the video after you stream it, or download the stream after you stream it. Am I saying that right? So you do your stream on Twitch, then you download it, and then you upload it to YouTube. And the only piece of the puzzle that I'm missing right now is I need to make sure that... Yeah, that's been happening too. That has been happening too. I don't know what is causing that, but what happened right there is my game minimized. I have no idea why. My game minimized, and it just disappeared. I was looking at my desktop, but my tractor was still driving. So that is another thing that I'm going to sort out when I rebuild my rig, is why I'm getting these phantom inputs. Yes, Twitch indeed. Hell yeah. And as far as I understand it, there is a way to do that. Yep. Download the VOD and then post it to YouTube. And I did every possible way that I try to confirm it, confirms it, that streaming kills a small channel for YouTube. I don't know why. I mean, even big channels, it can have a negative impact. But for a small channel, it is just devastating. Because YouTube does not recommend streamed content, essentially nothing that I've done the past 5 months has been presented to any new viewers. And so my sub count has been dropping and dropping. I was getting about 10% per month, which was close to 100 per month last fall when I started streaming. And then it went from 100 to 70 to 50. And this month is the first time in the 3 years that I've been doing this, the first time there's negative growth for the channel. My net sub count for the past 28 days is -1. So the channel is getting smaller now. And I really enjoy this, and I put a lot of work into it and a lot of money, honestly. And I need to come up with something. I can't really record videos anymore. I tried to the other day, and it's not the same. I don't know how I did it for almost 3 years. It's just, I don't know. It's too one-sided. It's too lonely. I need y'all there in the stream to keep it interesting. So we're going to Twitch, but we will post content on YouTube, and I think that will have like a dual purpose. One thing is we'll be posting videos again, and I don't know what the algorithm does. Like, I don't know if it scans the content of the video and it knows that that's a Twitch stream and files it as such. Yeah, same. Everybody that I watch stream, with the exception of Flight Deck to Sim, everybody that I watch is on Twitch as well. But I think if I'm downloading the VOD from Twitch and then uploading it to YouTube as a video, it will just see it as a video. So theoretically, that will start to grow the channel again. So what that means is if you're focused on YouTube, if you prefer not to watch on Twitch, you will see exactly the same content. It won't be live, but you'll see exactly the same content. Yeah, I don't know why it is, Ernie. I think it may be a leftover from YouTube gaming. That disaster from a few years back. I don't know. I don't know why it works that way, but if you're into YouTube, if you prefer to watch on YouTube, you will see all of the content. You will not miss any streams. You won't see them live, but you'll be able to see the whole stream. I think it may cause the channel to start growing again, so that will take care of everybody on the YouTube side, and then I'll be on the Twitch side as well, and I believe that is a more, in 2021, I think that's a more gamer-friendly platform. So I think it's going to be win-win-win. Honestly, I won't mind taking a couple weeks off. I have been doing this like 4 or 5 or 6 days a week for 3 years. I don't mind doing it, and it's not work. I don't mean it like that, but you can get burnt out on anything. So I'm looking forward to taking a break. Also, honestly, I'm sort of anticipating that some part of the rig is going to get broken. Some component, something's going to happen, even if it just sets up differently and I have to like set it up a few different ways till I find the one that works again. Yeah, exactly, Fried. Exactly. And I think they gave it a shot, but I mean, I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings when I say this. And I don't think either of you are in these categories. So, you know, like the poet says, if it doesn't apply to you, that means I'm not talking to you. So, no need to get hurt feelings. But I really do feel like YouTube at this point is, it's an old platform. And I think there's so much clickbait. Like when I was reading about streamers on YouTube, apparently what people do is they just loop a video and then they let it play as a live stream, and it plays 24/7 for like days and days at a time. But it's not a live stream. It would be like I don't know, putting a recording of something in front of the microphone for your podcast and just letting it live broadcast something that was previously recorded. Does that make sense? I mean, people are so devious when it comes to like what they'll do to make money and grow. But that's the kind of stuff you're competing with on YouTube. And I guess the top 10 streams at one point, 7 of them were just 24/7 recorded messages. What? So I feel like YouTube is a platform for like tweens and boomers. But I don't think it's really tuned into where gaming is at right now. So, you know, it treated me right. I learned a lot. I had a great time. But I think it's time to move the streaming to Twitch. And we will just post a VOD on YouTube. So hopefully that works out well for everybody. And like I said, if you only watch on YouTube, if you don't plan on coming over to Twitch with us, I totally get that. I respect that, and you'll get exactly the same content. All right, so can we sell now? Yes, we can. And the only other thing I need to do is I need to figure out how to... There we go, 15 grand. How to capture the chat from Twitch in my recording, in my VOD. I think there's a way to do that. Yes, it's licensed through Epidemic Sound. So what I need to do is somehow figure out a way to capture the chat in Twitch. So when you do watch the VOD, no, it's copyrighted, but I've purchased, it's a non-renewing copyright license that I own. So essentially, as long as I stay current, I'm licensed to play it. But the first month my Epidemic membership lapses, then Epidemic owns all my videos. So, I mean, they're not worth anything. It's not like they can monetize them, so they're welcome to them. But, yeah. So it's, I mean, you can get a more expensive license. Mine, I think, is about $200 a year. I think there's one that's like $2,000 a year. And that is, like, the license stays with the content. So you don't own the song. You can't use it, like, for anything. But anything that you use it in while your license is current, it stays sort of bound to that. I may not be saying that properly. After you download them, interesting. Okay, I will definitely look into that. Now, I had heard that Twitch only keeps your content for 30 days, 60 days. So they keep it long enough for people to, I don't know, see the, you know what, let's use this thing. To see the replay if they missed it live. Yeah, I saw that. I know some of the streamers that I watch, they play like mainstream, they just play like music. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know how that works. I mean, I guess if you're getting enough money from like product placement or merch or subscriptions or what, that you don't care if Twitch owns the content because you already sort of got your cut from it. Or I guess it's not Twitch that would own it. It would be whoever owns that music. But you know what I mean? Like, who cares? I already got my, you know, whatever, my $500, my $1,000. I don't know exactly how that works, but I heard 30 to 60 days Twitch keeps, well, I guess 30 or 60 days. Ah, it's okay live, but in the VOD it's kind of risky. Ah, okay. I heard 30 or 60 days or something like that, that the VOD stays up, but then it goes away because Twitch is really in the live streaming business. They're not in the archiving videos business. So that's cool. I mean, either one works for me. Ah, okay. I know, I think I mentioned this before. I made a little, like a 2-minute video from Dirt Rally 2.0 with Puccini aria. And I would say I got the copyright strike notice within about 10 seconds of uploading it. I have no idea, like, what kind of supercomputer Google is using that it can scan content, because there's like thousands of videos per second being uploaded. That's amazing. It's sort of creepy, but that, yeah, they caught me. So I would think that Twitch has similar tech and they could determine, you know, how it all works. But as far as I know, like, because Epidemic has contracts with YouTube and with Twitch, any scanning that they do, if they determine a copyright strike, when they then go to see who the owner is, if they see it's Epidemic, then they let's just fast travel. Yeah, we don't need to worry about teleporting. So if Twitch did scan it, they would determine a copyright strike. They would check who the license holder was. They would see that it was Epidemic, and then when they ran it through Epidemic, it would spit out that I do have a current license. That's how it works on YouTube. I don't know if it would work that way on Twitch. And you know what? I just thought of something. Hang on. We can come down here, and we can spawn in our forage harvester right down here at the cornfield. I know a streamer who does live edits of him dancing to music. Ah, interesting. Okay. Yep, I will definitely look into it. I mean, I don't want any trouble, man. I don't want any trouble, but I'm pretty small. I think I could probably sneak through the gap there. How much is it to lease this thing? Oh, all right. GPS, I don't think we need to worry about GPS. What's that add to it? Pipe. Standard is fine. That's fine. Lease that. Done. That's right there. And then we need a header for it. And we'll get a class just so everything matches and looks beautiful. So this is 7.5, 9. I mean, oh dear. Now we got problems. Okay, so this is corn. And then this looks like whole crops. No, this is whole crops. Interesting. Okay. No, I didn't know that. Okay, I will definitely look into it. I mean, I don't want to run afoul of that stuff like on day one. I will definitely look into it. It's crazy to see Twitch kind of overreacting. I think of that as an overreaction. And it's the reason for it, I think, is that somebody contacted them and said, "We are going to sue you." And Twitch was like, "Right away, sir. Anything you say, sir." But now it's like it's going too far. It's going out the other end where they are. It's the same way that YouTube is with the kid videos. You know, because they ignored it for so long and it was such a problem for so long. And now it's like, oh, we would never. So they're sort of overcompensating. But whatever, we'll figure it out. Other people have figured it out. I'll figure it out too. And if it's okay in the live stream but not in the VOD, then that is, I think that's something we can definitely figure out. Now, do we have Follow Me running? Do we have Follow Me running? That would be Control F. I didn't forget to turn on Follow Me, did I? I think I did. Nope. Follow me is turned on. Okay, good deal. DMCA is terrible. Oh god. Yeah. It's boomers, man. Boomers are hilarious. I don't know what it is that they mean to accomplish with that sort of like mindset. I don't know, man. I feel like they are catering to. There's that camera flipping around. I feel like they're catering to. I don't know. Let me see. That unfolds. Does our pipe unfold too? There's our pipe. I feel like when they get down like that, they are catering to an industry that realizes it's sort of like losing its grip. You know what I mean? It's no longer what it once was, but they're going to make it something. And so you just get that ugliness, right? Like we're going to make it the way it was in the 80s. We're going to make it the way it was in the 70s. And it's like, man, it can't be that way anymore. All right, so we want to follow. And we want closer. Let's say 10 meters. I think this may be close enough. Now, man, I hope this works. I don't know exactly how Maize Plus works with harvesting whole crop, but I think you have to harvest your corn before it's golden. I think you have to harvest it when it's green, so we're about to find out. All right, here we go. And are they following? They are following. Beautiful. And it looks like there it goes. Okay, there it goes. We'll go once around till we get this thing a little maneuvering room, and then we can bring it up alongside. And I hope, yeah, see, every time it does that, every time it like backs away, I feel like we're losing a little bit. Like whatever is in the pipe, when it backs away like that, it just kind of disappears, and that silage is lost. What's the problem here? What? What's happening right now? Okay, so that's my throttle is not working. Something is going on with something's going on. I don't know what is up with my controller, but it's like I no longer have throttle. At the moment, I no longer have throttle. Yeah, that axis is just gone. Jesus. Are you kidding me? I don't know where these controller issues are coming from. I mean, it still works because I can still run. Let's hop back in here. You know what? I wonder if it's my hub. I hadn't thought about that. I have no idea. I cannot accelerate the whip here. Okay, now it seems to be working. I have no idea. I don't know, man. It just popped into my head. I wonder if it's my hub. You know, I've thought about everything but that. I wonder if it's my hub. It'd be great if it was, because that is the cheapest thing to fix. Now, like right now, we're taking down corn, but it's not going anywhere. Is it like building up in the pipe, or is it just disappearing and it's gone forever? I would hate to waste all that. But we are rolling again. We're on our way. I need this guy to be a little bit closer. Sir. Yeah, I need him to be a little bit closer. I don't want him bumping me. But we got to do something. Yeah, I think we're just wasting all this corn. Oh, it is building up. Okay. Beautiful. I mean, I don't know how big the tank is. There it goes. Ah, okay. I did not know that. Beautiful. Thanks, brother. So yeah, excited. I mean, it's change is always painful, and I'm not looking forward to moving. I moved so many times for so many years, and I was so good at it, and then I stopped. I'd sort of landed here, and I really got out of the habit of being portable. So, you know, everything cuts both ways. They don't show a fill level for it, but it has a buffer. Beautiful. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. When we started the channel, I really thought I was going to do this on a laptop with a wireless gamepad and a wireless headset. I really did. And I've expanded out, and I've now got this. I mean, to me, it's huge. I think it's actually going to get bigger in the future. Not too distant, not so distant future, but it's a big rig now, and it's a pain in the ass to move. No, it's not far at all. It's like 5 minutes from here. So everything will be, nothing will be out of my sight during the move. I'm not worried about it like getting broken or anything like that, other than if I drop it, and just the little, you know, ticky-tack stuff that happens when you move. You know, things get knocked about a little bit. So yeah, I was portable, and I thought I was going to stay portable. And now I'm permanent. So as much as I loved moving, and as many times as I did it, I got out of the habit of doing it. And now that it's time to do it again, it's like I've forgotten how to. But I think ultimately it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be good for the channel. I think it's going to be good for me and how I feel about gaming. I got Arma 3 installed and all my mods plugged back in. Steam is so cool. Anytime I think about something like Epic Game Store or Ubisoft Connect or any of these other platforms, I think, man, just... Exactly. I'm the permanent gamer, which I have thought about. I've thought about as a new handle, and I would get to keep my chop, right? My little gamepad with the cord spelling out TPG, and I'd get to keep my brand that we put on all the planes and trucks. So I've thought about being the permanent gamer. You know, I'm still portable enough that it's going to be the rig. It's going to be like 6 Rubbermaid tubs and my carry-on bag, and that's it. So, like, I could do the whole thing in 2 or 3 trips in a Honda Civic. It's going to be a pretty painless move. I don't have like a 14-piece sofa or anything. Is this thing full? It is. It certainly is full. Okay. So we need to come off follow me, and I guess we gotta back it up all the way around. So yeah, I think it is going to be good for me. I think it's going to be good for a lot of things in a lot of different ways. Was that terrible grammar? I think you know what I meant though. I think it's going to be good for the channel. And also for how I feel about gaming. Arma 3, that's what I was saying. I got Arma 3 plugged back in, and from the last time that I had it installed, it kept all my workshop items. So once I downloaded it and installed it again, it brought all that content in. If you are another digital content provider platform trying to compete with Steam, don't get fancy. Just do what Steam does, because it does what it does so well. Why would you like get clever? Why would you get creative? Just do what they do. I've had that game uninstalled for probably 6 months, and I hit one button, it reinstalled it, and then it brought in current versions of all the mods that I had. Amazing. So I've been playing a little bit of Arma 3. I also discovered Breakpoint. You know my thing with Breakpoint. I gave it one more chance, and there is this immersive mode now. There's an immersive mode where it plays more like an FPS and less like an RPG. And I think the matchmaking, well, I mean, this is deep into the game, and as troubled as that title has been, I don't know that hardcore players are doing a lot of public matchmaking. I think hardcore players, for the most part, you would expect that they would have their own clans and be all set up. They're not looking for new players, certainly not in a public lobby. You know, set that up on Discord. You don't do that. You don't do that with randos. But I don't know if the title, I don't know if there's a difference in matchmaking depending on whether you're in immersive mode or not. I only ever tried matchmaking in RPG mode. So when I'm done here, I'm going to try it in immersive mode and see if it lets me matchmake. And if it does, then I'm going to see if I can maybe get hooked up with some, I don't want to say more serious players, but if I could find a bridge. If I could find a bridge between Tarkov and Breakpoint, that would be, I would really like that. And I could be Arma 3. It could be Arma 3. Arma 3 is, I don't know, man. You can mod the hell out of that game. I saw there were 86,000 mods in the mod workshop on Steam. There's only about, probably 20 or 30 really big ones. But got my mods plugged in. And they're all fairly reputable, well-known mods, and they all work really, really well together. So no complaints there. Let's see what we can get going with Arma 3. I think I'm going to be playing a lot of Arma 3 while I'm not streaming, because I can play that on my gaming laptop, and if the rig is not set up, or if we're trying to figure things out, you know, as far as what goes where, then I can always just get my game on the laptop. So we'll see. But it's going to be a crazy couple weeks. Don't judge me on my grammar. Yeah, it's, I don't know, man. Some days I feel like a regular intelligent adult. Other days it's like, I don't know how I survived the day in one piece. Such an idiot. Right down here. Let me read this. I mean, it's in the same category. I don't know if you've ever played DayZ, but it's the engine that DayZ was built on. DayZ was a master mod for Arma 3. The graphics are, you know, they have their moments. It can look really good, but it can look really 10 years old sometimes. But it's got a massive community. The amount of mods and missions that have been built for it is just second to none. And the people that love it really, really love it. So I'm going to see what I can get going there. It's the kind of game, though, honestly, I have to say, ooh, easy. It's the kind of game that really looks like it's only fun with other people. So I'm going to see if I can find a good clan. I know there are plenty of, are they battalions? I don't know. There's some term that's used internally in the game. We want to unload here. Left button, right button, Y. There we are. I want to say they're called battalions, but there's tons of them. And a lot of them will be specific about whether or not they're noob friendly, or whether they want you to have Arma 3 experience, or whether they want you to have like real world military experience. So I feel like there's quite a range as far as, you know, who you're going to get set up with. It's really up to you. Turn like so. So I'm looking for serious milsimmers. You know, I don't want screaming teenagers doing their chicken dance. I do want to try to play seriously and tactically with milsimmers. But I've got, I want to say, about 20 hours into the game total from when I played it before. If I can bring my camera back around. Got about 20 hours in, like 15 when I played it before, and then 5 over the past few days. So I don't have a ton of hours in it. I have basic movement down, and a lot of the key commands, the WASD stuff, is standard across all shooters. I think most devs have a classic option for control setup, which is going to duplicate the M and K setups that we've used for virtually every shooter we've ever played. And then if you want to manually reassign things, knock yourself out. But everything is where I remember it being from Tarkov and Squad, for the most part. There's a couple unique key combos to any game, and you need to specifically remember those. And I'll, of course, fat figure them a few times. But, yeah, I want to see how that goes. I really am looking for a serious milsim shooter. And Breakpoint is just not it. I don't think it was ever intended to be. But Ubisoft, man, they really... Oof, wow, did they drop the ball on that one? Unbelievable. But you know what? It happens. We live and learn. Arma 3 is on sale, by the way, for $7 till March 1st. 75% off. And if you'd like, I will screen cap the mods that I'm running. And it's just my list. I'm not saying like I'm an expert or anything. I don't mean it like that. But I'm happy to screen cap the mods that I'm running and send that your way if you wanted to dupe those out of the workshop items. I don't have anything third party. It's all coming through the workshop now. Yeah, exactly, Ernie. It's way on sale. And I got a bunch of DLC for it when I bought it. Oh, probably a year ago I bought it. I got a bunch of DLC. I got Zeus. I got tanks, jets. I don't know. I didn't get go-karts. I don't know what that's all about. All right, so we're going to pull this right up here. The Jaguar did shut off, so we'll put this back on. And then we're going to go in here. Third person. Fire this up. Lift that. Universal. What's happening, brother? How you doing? Start that. Lower that. Here we go. I do like these nice roundy corners. Man, you mentioned the music, Fried. There's days I feel like I need to apologize for whatever Spotify is coming up with. Well, in fairness, it's not Spotify. It's Epidemic. Some of their playlists are really good. Some of them are not quite as good. You back on Chellington? Yeah, it's a good map. It really, really is. I mean, I think we got a couple episodes left as far as the stream, but this strikes me as the kind of map that you'd keep your save game, and this is a map that you could like always come back to, particularly without seasons. You can just hop in anytime you want and do whatever you want. And I flew the Rotate MD-80. I know we did that flight yesterday in Flight Simulator 20. I hopped in X-Plane. I flew the Rotate MD-80 from Brussels to Innsbruck. And Innsbruck is probably one of the most difficult and interesting approaches in, as far as any airport in Europe, Western Europe. Because it's in a valley. You can't really turn, and it's the altitude and the visibility and the mountains. It's just a really complex, challenging approach. And I flew it all and had a great, perfect, safe landing, and everything was cool. That kind of realism, I love it. I love it. But I feel like I'm really beginning to sort of drift away from ultra realism in some of the other work sims that I play, and just really trying to enjoy gaming more. Yeah, it's background music. You know what? Honestly, don't tell anybody this, but you know what? Part of the reason I keep the music on in the background now is so you don't hear my fans. Little trick I learned in Nam. I saw some streamer mention that, and I thought, yeah, man, that's a great idea. It really is, because I'm not in a proper studio right now, and unfortunately, I do have to have my tower. I have a directional microphone, and my tower is behind it. But I know you can still get that white noise from the fans. So music is a great way to just sort of take the edge off that. Great. Works for me. Works for me. So that's part of the reason I keep the music on. I think it just, it sort of pads the stream a little bit as well. Because I do need to take a breath every now and then. I can't talk continuously. And something that I've read over and over is if there's any dead air at all in a stream, if that particular moment somebody like selects that stream and they get there and it's just somebody playing a video game, they're out. There's got to be something going on. There's got to be some life to it. So the music helps with that, I think. All right, so right around here, and let me see. This thing's almost full. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's, whoa, easy. Let's leave this right here. And see how full this thing is. 87%. Yeah, let's go dump it now. And then what I want to do is come back and we'll do lengths up and down that long axis over there. Yeah, absolutely, Ernie. I mean, I was really kind of hung up on that for a minute, but I feel like I'm unhung. There's still plenty of games that I play seriously, but ultimately this is a hobby and it's meant to be fun and relaxing. If it's not relaxing, why are you even doing it? You know? And I definitely love the satisfaction of doing something as realistically as possible, or doing something in as difficult a way as possible. But I think that's X-Plane, for one, sort of lends itself to that. There's really no other way to do it with the study-grade aircraft. iRacing, can't really cut corners there, so to speak. You know, so I think there's plenty of sims where you have to play very realistically. And then for the other ones, you know, I think about lean-back gaming a lot. I don't do a lot of lean-back gaming anymore. I game at my desk. But I'm really looking forward to this break, being off for a couple weeks. I'm really looking forward to plugging the laptop into a big-ass TV and leaning back on a couch with a wireless gamepad and a sound bar, no headset, and just playing some games and having fun. It's been a minute since I did that. So I think there's enough variety, and it's I have to say it is cool to be sort of in the middle of that, you know, because I know there's some people that seem to be like 100% to one side or the other. I like being able to sort of participate in both of those types of gaming. I really do. Right through there. All right, let me read this. Yeah, there you go. Now, I always use turn signals in the truck, but I never use them in Farm Sim. And I think it's because, I mean, I do have, do I? Yeah, I do have a key combo for it. I don't know. I never got in the habit of doing it. I feel like I have to now. Now that you're here, I feel like I have to. All right, I will try to remember to do that. I also have a bad habit of, if I'm on a part of the map where I know there's no traffic, I will be a little bit generous with the center line, and that's probably not the best habit to be in either. All right, we got, yep. Oh, just, I was curious if that lift was going to hit the back of the pit, and it very nearly did. Now, I'm curious about something. When I look over here, this says fresh maize. Yeah, fresh maize. Interesting. Okay, I mean, it's definitely been macerated. It's been through a forager, so it's not whole corn, but I'm guessing, I mean, we picked it up with a forage harvester, so it has to be chaff. It has to be silage, or it will be silage after it cooks. Universal, this is the Broen 3-axle by 4D modding, and then I did an edit on it myself. I put different lights on the back, and I put these LEDs on the side. But other than that, it is it's just a straight 4D modding. Oh, let me turn that off. Oh. There we are. These aren't self-canceling either. I'm going to need to remember that. All right, let me get back on my side of the road. I found my way to this game accidentally, but I swear, man, from the first time that I played it, it just resonated with me. There's just something about the balance in this game. And I'm really glad that I came back to 19. And there's certainly nothing wrong with 17, but as, I guess I could say disappointing. As disappointing as 19 was on release day, they really did bring it around and fix it. No, it's not a bad habit to be in. I'm seeing how long it's going to take to like internalize it and get that muscle memory, right? Just get in the habit of doing it. I used to sound my horn every time I came to an intersection. I used to work at UPS, and that was something the drivers got. I wasn't a driver, but that was something the drivers got constantly, was always give some type of warning when you're getting to a place where people might not be able to see you. So typically I would sound my horn when I was just about to pull out onto a road or something. And I think 4D, you can also, they also link on their Facebook page, but I don't have the Facebooks, so I can't guarantee that, but I think they do. All right. And we want to go, I want to say that other length around the side there. Oh, really? All right. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I want to say right over here. This is just about north-south. You still with me, buddy? Yeah, right, Frank. All right, he's all right. What mods do I use for Farm Sim? So if we go, get this thing turned around here. Is that about right? So we want that right there, right there. I think that could work. That's just crazy enough to work. So then if we hop in here, take this off the hired worker. Oh, easy. I mean, let me see. So if we go in here, I use the Flegel BPT pack, which are self-loading flatbeds, and the universal pack. I believe these are both by Farmer Andy or Modding Velt. I want to say that sounds about right. And Precision Farming and Maze Plus now. And then other than that, it's just like vehicle control add-on, Follow Me, guidance steering, like sort of the classics. And some miscellaneous vehicle mods, not nearly as many as I used to. I think I've got probably 100 mods total. And there's 20 or 30 that I use on every map that I play. And then the remainder would be like, half of them would be for a German or Polish map, and the other half would be for a UK or Ireland map. But I can, if you remind me at the end of the stream, I can hop back into the main menu and just kind of scroll through and show you what I've got activated. And I don't know how many lengths we can fit in here, but with the pipe going to both sides, I think we can just service this thing, and then when we come back, we'll have to restart it. I don't think it'll stay running when we head down to the farm to dump, but I think we'll make pretty good progress with this. So, can confirm that Maize Plus will harvest green corn. Now, I don't know if we're getting like full yield from this. I don't know if we would get more if we harvested after it was golden, but for some reason I think you can't harvest as silage after it's golden, like it's too dry or something. You have to harvest it as a whole crop. I sure do, Universal. The link is down in the description. I think I linked it. Yeah, I try to post it every stream. I think I put it down there. All right, now we want to stop back here and give him enough room to turn. Is that right? All right. Is that it? Does he give it up? No link. What? Hang on. Stand by. Moment, please. Oh, son of a... All right. Working, efforting. I need to go back and edit a few videos because I thought I had the full cut and paste when I was putting it in there, but yep. There you go. If you do a refresh, it should be in there now. Oh, that's hilarious. We needed to go like the last 5 feet, and now they can turn around. Got a bit of an Austin Powers situation going on here. Stand by. I'll sort this out. There we go. There we are. Easy. Just like that. All right on. Thanks, brother. And if you weren't here earlier, I'm going to be moving house next week. I'm going to be down for about 2 weeks. And then when I come back, we will be on Twitch. And the VOD will still be available on YouTube as an upload, but the live stream will be on Twitch. Starting about, probably March 7th, maybe, 10th, somewhere around there. I just looked up and saw we had 23 grand, and I could not figure out where it came from. But we borrowed I bumped the loan by 25,000 after we sold the milk. And I think we can sneak through here, can we not? Yeah, we sure can. All right, so right through there. Turn signal. A little bit of horn. Beautiful. I really do like the way VCA makes the vehicles feel. I think it's kind of a, I don't know. I feel like it's almost a better version of more realistic. I like more realistic, but it was so over the top sometimes. Oh, easy, easy. Hang on, we get third person to read this. How's my day been? It's been pretty good. Week is starting to wind down. But yeah, it's been pretty good. The sun finally came out here. It was cold and rainy for seriously like 2 months. It was like living in Seattle. And with lockdown and everything, we're not really on lockdown, but you know, people are being careful and trying to minimize contact and that sort of thing. So combine it all, it was really, there was a lot of cabin fever going around. So it's been really nice to get out. I live between a golf course and a botanical garden. And I love to run around the golf course, and I haven't been able to do that for like 2 months. So it's been great to get out in the sunshine, and it's just been a perfect week. Supposed to get cold again, but not yet. So I'll enjoy it while it lasts. Right in there. Beautiful. So I want to see what we can get into. We got 40,000 liters of corn out of field 2.9 the last time we brought it in. I don't think that was like a whole lot. I feel like we could have done better. And we will need it for the animals. So I think depending on how full we get this pit with what we're bringing in right now, I think we may bring in field 2.8 just as corn and not worry about how much silage we get. I think this will be enough because we're already up to the end of this one will be 60,000, 80,000. Yeah, there's 80,000 in there now. I think we can easily be at 150,000. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Ernie. I love it. It's a it's a good mod, but I mean, seeing all those Arma mods and kind of reading through and seeing like what the different opinions are of them, I will continue to believe that there is a certain type of modder who it's like they're almost making the mod to get even, right? Like I've decided that this is how the game should be played. And so I'm going to make a mod that is over the top. It is unrealistic because I feel like the base game setting or whatever is unrealistic in the other direction. I really do get that feeling sometimes. And I had that feeling about more realistic sometimes. I felt like that mod was too punishing. All right, hang on, let me read this. Yeah, I definitely do, Universal. I have come up with I invented a word. I invented a word, and the word is feelism. It's just got to feel realistic. It doesn't have to be realistic. You know, I feel like Zeusy is realistic. I can't get the train to move. I fought with it for like an hour and a half when I had that game. And I refunded it because I couldn't get it working. It was too realistic. I mean, it is, as I understand it, it is an actual training tool for train drivers. It's not a sim at all. It's over the top. So it may have been realistic, but it wasn't usable. It just needs to feel realistic. That's all. As long as it feels good in terms of a challenging gameplay experience, for me anyway, as long as it feels good, that's fine. That's close enough. Jaden, what is going on? I haven't seen you for a minute, brother. How you doing? All right, so we'll creep around this corner like a creeper. Get the Jaguar going again. And, I mean, the only... Whoa, easy. The only thing that's up right now is this corn and I believe some grass. We do own mowers, so we don't need to lease anything. So we'll see how we're doing on time when we get done with this. And we may get into some grass work. Because we'd have to speed time up to get our other cornfield ready. It's green right now. We would need to speed time up a little bit. I mean, I guess we could do that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. All right. Flip the big 180 here. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Our driver didn't wander off. Fantastic. So is that a timer or is that proximity? Why is it sometimes we lose the driver and other times we don't? And this thing is filling up fast. Maybe we'll get more than 150,000 out of there because we've got probably another 4 lengths. 4 long lengths, and then we'll have those little corner bits to do over there. What if we get more like 150, maybe 200? I mean, I'll take it. I like silage. What? Oh, there it goes. I got too enthusiastic. I use a realism mod, and literally like 2 hours ago. You're talking about in Farm Sim? Yeah, I've been in some situations with more realistic in 17, where 300 or 400 horsepower tractor can't move a 3-meter implement up a moderate grade. It's just wheel spinning, digging in. Yeah, very, very frustrating. And ultimately, this is a hobby. It's a fun thing to do. It's not meant to drive you crazy. There are plenty of games that will drive you crazy. But when I'm farming, I'm not looking for that Cuphead experience, you know? I just want to relax. And I think we do, in our own way as much as possible, I think we do try to play realistically. I mean, I've always wanted to, when I'm in Farm Sim, I've always wanted to do, and I will ask the chat periodically, like, okay, what's the real way to do this? How is this done in real life? So yeah, I'm definitely interested in playing in a kind of a serious way, if that makes sense. A serious game, if there can be such a thing, but not to the point where I'm not having fun. No reason to do that. I think this makes more sense than hauling this all the way over to the BGA. We do need it for animal food. And, okay, so there is... Hang on. I still don't... I'm going to stop right here. I still don't fully understand this. We're trying to get a multiplayer server going. We had one going in 17. It didn't see a ton of use. So, thinking about getting one going in 19. So let me, you joined the Discord, let me put you on the multiplayer channel. And I'm always looking for ways to do that. Okay, so we've got maize silage, right? And then down at the bottom it says fresh maize. So fresh maize, because fresh maize is what we have in the pit. Does that mean is fresh maize different than corn? Is that a thing? I don't understand, man. Yeah, we talked about doing 19. Chellington, I think, would be a good map for it. There's plenty of farms, and they're far apart. Just doing it with DLC and either no mods or maybe just a few mods. But I think everybody here has 19 and everybody plays 19. So we can get that going. Carefully try to stay on my side. I don't know what it is about third person in Farm Sim. Like we've got first person, and we've got the TrackIR. And in Cattle and Crops, I'm always first person, but for some reason, Farm Sim, damn it, man. I don't know what is causing it to like randomly minimize. What in the world? Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, it just, my game just like hops up to the taskbar, disappears, and I'm looking at my desktop. What? I think it might. I think with 19 having native independent farm support, and with 17, we never really got that mod working. And I guess on Frontier Design, they're using like a custom write of it, but I wasn't able to get a hold of it. And I really wasn't able to get it working. I just felt like I was missing something with the MP Manager mod. But I think MP Management is kind of built into 19. So yeah, I would think that it could get more use. But yeah, if there's an interest, and in fact, Ernie, you're a mod now. You can switch Universal's role to just make him green for Farm Sim MP, and he'll be able to get into that private channel. Or I can. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do or anything, but I won't be able to do it till after the stream. Chellington would be really good. You know what? I can try. I can try, but I'm by no means an expert. I'm still trying to figure out Maze Plus as well. Yeah, let's, what is today? The 25th? Maybe try to get that going around the 1st of the month. I'll reach out to Fragnet and have them fire up a server for us. Yeah, it's I don't doubt that mod works. I just wasn't able to get it working. You know, and I always, anytime there's a disconnect like that, I always stress that it is most likely pilot error on my part. But I feel like it never really clicked for me. I always felt like I was doing something wrong. But I like the idea of everybody having a different direction they want to take their farm in. And so you've got plenty of crossover for contracting. I think that's great. Like if you've got a big dairy operation and tons of manure, you're going to be working with other farmers to fertilize their fields for a fee. Or whatever, you know, however it works out. All right, we're making our turn here. Gently. Easy, easy. Indicating safety. Right up here. And then right in here. Like so. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not going to be a really painful move, fortunately. But I hear you. I don't even see a need for them anymore. I've got an M2 drive. I've got a 1 terabyte M2 drive with my OS on it. And I looked at it and I'm like, well, I've got 700 gig of free space on it. I mean, I've got some stuff running on it, some non-game apps that are installed on my C drive, but I was looking at it and I had hundreds and hundreds of gig of free space. So I backed up my docs file to an internal M2 drive. It's not quite a RAID setup or anything, but I feel like there's so many drives that you can have in a system now. The new tower that I'm looking at getting has 3 M2 slots on the motherboard. And I want to say M2 runs 7 times faster than SSD as far as read-write. So I don't even think I'll have 2.5-inch SSD on my next tower. I think I'd rather go with 3 M2s. Like one 500 gig for the OS, and then 1 or 2 terabyte for apps and storage. But I don't know. I mean, between that and the cloud, I don't know that I'll ever need an external hard drive again. As long as you're on USB 3.1, I think. I want to say the speed of the USB at that point is going to be not much more than the speed of the read-write to a spinner anyway. So you shouldn't see, like, whether the spinner was internal or external, because the spinner speeds are less than SSD speeds. You won't really see a penalty for using USB. Did I say that right? I would like to think that I did. Recognize me. There they go. And how are we going to clean this up? I think we'll just go back on follow me. Then we'll hop in the forage harvester and just clean up all these mist bits. And see how we're doing on time. We're about an hour and 12 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't want to just do maize harvest today. That might be what we end up doing. We'll see how it goes. All right, there's 99, and there's 100. Beautiful. I think what we're bringing in now, I think it's going to just about fill that pit. Like if we get up around 150 or 200, I think that'll be just about full. So then, yeah, that other field, I think it will make sense to bring it in as whole corn. And if it's the same yield as last time, it'll only be like another 40,000. Man, what a difference. What a difference between like kernel corn and whole crop corn. Oh yeah, no worries, Universal. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I appreciate you. And I'll get you, if Ernie wasn't able to get to it, I'll get you swapped over as far as your role on the Discord, and we'll figure out a multiplayer server. I am interested in doing it, definitely. But I didn't want to do anything unilaterally. I wanted to get some feedback from you all first. All right, let me slow down here and see what this says. Is that the one that comes with like tanks and jets and everything? I think what I find useful about it is a lot of multiplayer servers require you to have that content. So it might not be something you would use on your own or in single player. but if you want to get on somebody's server, they might require it. And Zeus is really cool. I didn't really dig into that before when I was playing Arma 3 like a year ago. But I guess Zeus is like the Dungeon Master mod. So you can actually act as... You're not Op Force, but you're sort of controlling the AI, if that makes sense. But you're controlling them like... Oh. But, damn it. Self-canceling indicators. You're not controlling individual units of the AI, and you're not quite Op Force, but you do control like an overview of the AI. Yeah, I think there are some servers that require you to have that stuff. And then anything else that they required would be free. So it's like if you've already got the stuff you have to pay for, then if there was any other mod or DLC that they required, you would just download that either off their server or from the workshop or wherever. I mean, for me, anything that I can get in bulk, any type of a deal that I can get, I figure let's just be done with it. You know, let's just get it and have it and never have to worry about it again. So with that Zeus mod, I guess you're controlling the AI, but you're not controlling them individually. You just sort of control their general movements or how and where they deploy, almost like a tabletop game. And that's like 75% off, isn't it? Because aren't those DLC like $20 a piece or something? All right. Indicating carefully. Yeah, I think it's a great deal. I mean, 75% is 75%, but just to have everything, like I said, just to have it all and be done with it, that's generally seems to work better for me. That's what I ended up doing with Hunter Call of the Wild. What field am I working in? This is field 29. Is it not? Yeah, northeast corner of the map. West. When I said east, of course, I meant west. Northwest corner of the map. Yeah, I've got no complaints about it. It feels like a, well, it feels like Squad, but Squad doesn't have offline. You've got to play on a server in Squad. So I do like having access to single player and sort of being able to practice and learn the movements and everything. I will warn you, though, the AI is brutal. Like invisible, one shot, never hear the bullet that kills you, that sort of thing. It is a little bit frustrating. And I've gone to a few threads, and yeah, that's Arma 3. Like, it's not... Even people that defend the game, you know, the White Knights, even the White Knights are like, yeah, the AI is ridiculous. And also get good. But it's pretty brutal. I saw a comment from somebody, they said they've got 1,600 hours in the game and they still play on Novice because the AI is just so hard. It's fun though, and I will, I'm going to make a note to myself to send you my workshop items. As far as I know, those are like the, sort of the, not required mods, I don't want to say it like that. I'm not telling you how to play the game, but as I understand it, those are like the core mods that just about everybody plays with. Field 3. Let me see where that is. The way you said ugh makes me think that is... That's a big field. That's a big field, brother. Good luck. The one I'm worried about is the one directly across the lane from the farm. So that would be field number 1. I believe that's the biggest on the map. Either field 1 or field 9-2. I think those are the biggest. I don't know what I'm going to put in there. If I keep working this map off stream, I don't know what I'm going to put in there. I would think something like soybeans or canola or something. Make some money with it. So I think we're getting about 1.5 lengths in this truck. Me talk pretty. 1.5 lengths in this trailer. Yeah, that's it. So theoretically then we'll get the rest of this length. Next time we'll get the rest of this length and then the whole length next to it, and then we can empty one more time and use follow me to clean up these little scruffy bits. Yeah, I got a bad gaming habit. I hear you. I'm being a lot more selective. Man, when I saw that number for what, like my Steam total, that was really surprising. It was almost upsetting. I had no idea. Because you do it like $20 and $30 and $60 at a time. That was not a good moment. Alright, right through here. Like so. There we go. Can hubs go bad? I wonder if that's what's going on. Yeah, it's... Oh, man. It's like coffee. I really like a good cup of coffee, and then you look at the end of the year, and it's like, wait a minute, did I spend $2,000 on coffee last year? That's not possible. But, yeah, man. A couple $3 cups of coffee a day, which is really not... I mean, you can spend a lot more than $3 for a cup of coffee, but a couple of those a day is like $2,000 a year. What? It sneaks up on you. Bought everything for $50. Yep, I did the same thing about a week ago. I went to Hirschfelden. It's the first time I've been there. And I figured I can open that one up off camera because that seems to be, I feel like as they built the new DLC, they carried like one animal from Hirschfelden over to every new DLC. And since I started on the new DLC, it was like I already had most of the Hirschfelden animals. Like I already had the red deer and right, I already had all those in my trophy lodge. So I figured I would go there and kind of discover it all and close it out. And then on stream, we'd go to Africa and Siberia. And what's the other one? Spain. Is that Quattro Colina? So yeah, I went to Hirschfelden. And I've been away from it for a minute. I played the hell out of it when I first got it. But I've been away from it for a minute. And I've really, really enjoyed being back in it. It's a very peaceful game. And it's very, very slow. I've heard people say it's just a shooting gallery and, you know, you don't really do anything. You just walk around blasting animals. And I think, yeah, I feel like I'm lucky to even see animals in that game. Yeah, I got some tips. I felt like I was doing the same thing. And I got some tips from YouTube and Reddit. And it's definitely a very methodical game. But turns out I was sort of playing it wrong. And once I got a different approach, I was seeing a lot more animals and harvesting a lot more. I've got golds now. I don't have a diamond yet. And I've heard people say you can play that game for months and months and months till you see your first diamond. Because part of it is the animal itself, and you can determine, let me see, how you harvest animals has some control over how they spawn. I don't fully understand that, and the devs won't release a ton of information about it because they don't want people to exploit it. But by harvesting well, you cause the game to spawn better animals. And also by harvesting well, you build up a buff, I think. And if the animals are spawning properly and your buff is built up, that will cause a legendary to spawn, like a max weight animal to spawn. And then you have to kill it, but you have to have all of your quality criteria. There's like 4 quality checks. You have to have all of those. And if you do all that, then it'll give you a diamond. And apparently that takes some, yeah, that takes a little practice. Yeah, I think COD is your spirit animal. I feel like that's where you're at. And whoa, into the hedge. I'm driving a little crazy right now. I'm not sure why. Let's just calm down. Let's everybody just calm down. And this is nice. This thing has stayed running the whole time we've been working here, so every time we come back, we've just been able to pick up where we left off. Beautiful. So we'll finish this length. We'll finish the one next to it. And then we will start working on these little end pieces with follow me. And then I think we can call this field done. Yeah, I think they got the balance really dialed. And I'm by no means a Call of Duty expert. But it seems to be a really well-balanced game that just has a lot of playability. Props to the developers for getting the balance right. Balance is key in gaming, I have decided. Oh, that's rough, brother. That is some passionate gaming. And mub it, please. Let's line this up a little better. My pipe is not seeing my trailer. How about now? How about now? How about now? There he goes. I was grinding in Division 2 for that Resident Evil kit, and as soon as I completed that set, I uninstalled the game. I know my limitations. I know my weaknesses. I do enjoy the game, but it's really, really repetitive, and it's really kind of, yeah. It's just a loot loop. It's just a loot grind. And I knew I wanted that Resident Evil stuff. I knew my dopamine would not be able to get a good night's sleep until I had it all. I didn't use any of it. I didn't wear any of it. I'm not a particular fan of Resident Evil. I was just a straight-up victim at that point. Stockholm Syndrome. So I did the grind to get the Resident Evil stuff, and then I uninstalled. It was turning into a time toilet. Hey, man. That's lockdown. That's what I've been doing on lockdown. I learned to fly airliners. I've done about 1 million push-ups. And, what else have I done? Been reading a lot of philosophy. You know, make the most of lockdown. Yeah, exactly. I don't see the big deal. Man, I still need to bail up the rest of that monster field on Lone Oak. Where I stopped at the end of the stream is where I stopped. If we ever play Lone Oak again, before we stream it, I have to go in and pick up like probably 100 bales. That's that farm life. All right, and this is at 92%, so we'll do just a little bit here. And then once we get this trailer full, we'll take it back, we'll dump it, and then come back here and... yeah, I guess we'll use follow me, because we'd be making so many turns there if we were following the... Right, like if we were driving this manually and letting a hired worker drive that, they would just be making so many turns. Yeah, I hear you, man. The Lady Portable is very patient with me, but she's into some pretty heavy career stuff now, too. Damn it, man! I've had my turn signal on the entire time. All right. I'm remembering to use them now. I just need to remember to turn them off. She's into some pretty committing career stuff right now, too, so the timing is perfect because I have... plenty of opportunity to game, and I try to be a good portable. You know what I'm saying? I try to always like remember date night and make sure that the nights that we're both available or we both can be available, that I'm not committed to any type of gaming activity. But when I find out she's going to be like deep in the shed for an evening, that's my window. So it's all working out. Let me read this. So right through there, turn signal off. Turn signal is off. I mean, I figure I don't have a TV. And I know, well, it's a little different now. I think it's different. Like when I was a kid is when you first started hearing these things about, you know, people watch like 7 hours of TV a day or 10 hours or whatever. And essentially what it is people come home from work. They get home at 5 or 6, and they just turn the TV on and leave it on till midnight, right? It's like a guest in their home, and nobody ever thought twice about that. Well, I suppose some people did. The people that were saying like, we're watching too much TV, but with Netflix and everything, you know, the past few years, I think people consume quite a bit of what I think of as passive media, passive entertainment, and to me, gaming is active entertainment. But it's no different, you know, if you want to spend 2 or 3 hours gaming in the evening, it's no different than spending 2 or 3 hours watching Netflix. I don't think. All right, Universal. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Look for me in the Discord, and we'll get that server figured out. Thanks for stopping by, brother. And I think this is going to put us, so we're at about 90 minutes right now. I think this is going to put us over 150,000. And this is a fairly small pit. This is definitely like a farm pit, not a BGA pit. So this is filling up pretty quickly. We're at 160. Okay, so this will put us close to 190, he said confidently. Let's see how we do here. $185. Beautiful. I think so. I mean, in PC world, there's so much problem solving in gaming. Not necessarily in the game, but just like keeping everything running and tracking down mods and keeping stuff updated. And it makes you think certainly more than just something like, I mean, you can watch heavy stuff on Netflix. You can watch TED Talks if you want. You can, you know, think and take notes and go to groups and debate it. You know, you can, I guess you can get whatever you want out of it. Make it a kind of an intellectual exercise, mental exercise, what have you. But I think a lot of entertainment is just, you just turn your brain off, you know. And gaming, I don't turn my brain off. I'm always thinking when I'm gaming, which is not, I'm not trying to rationalize it, but you know. Caden, what's happening, brother? How you doing? I mean, I have learned a lot offline. I have learned a lot about farming. I've learned about racing, engineering. I've learned about aviation, trucking and transport. You know, I think you can get something out of it if you want to. Caden, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And we want to go right in here. Yep. And then we want to turn that off. And I think, yeah, I think we can go back and follow me now. And I think we can be, oh, I gotta remember how to do this. I think we can be offset to the left now. So before we get up next to this thing, I'm gonna go turn the worker off, because if not, as soon as we get close to it, they're gonna take off. So let's go over here and stop them. And like so. Turn that off. And then go over here. And we want, so we want to be like 5 meters to the left and like minus 10 meters behind. Yeah, let's try it. So if we go here, right, and then we go so to the right, and then minus 10. Is that right? All right. Let's see how we do. And my pattern is going to be, I'll be real with you, my pattern's going to be a little bit random. We want him to pull up next to us. Come on. Is that... Should they not be further? Sir. Behind distance. Head distance. Ah. No, you're right. There we go. Mateo, what's happening? The map is fantastic. Chellington is it's an absolute work of art. What is this again? What is happening? I feel like this has something to do with follow me. What in the world? So if we turn this off now, do we have control again? I don't get it, man. I thought it was my controller. But something is going on with follow me where it like locks out the throttle. Unknown. Put the harvester on Courseplay cart the whole time. Yeah, I don't trust Courseplay lately. I feel like it's been kind of struggling. God damn it. I don't know why this is happening. I feel like if we hang on, Doc. I gotta turn this back on. Sir, where are you going? I feel like if we get out of the forager. What? I feel like it's all kicking off. I feel like if we get out of the forager while we have follow me activated in the JCB, I mean, this is less than ideal. Moment, please. The most recent one on the mod hub, 6.5, 6 point something. As far as I know, I've got the most recent one. I just, Courseplay just, I don't know. It's a love-hate thing. All right, so we want now that, and then we want to bring this back. There we go. Oh, and then out a little bit. There you go. There you go. Oh, this is so dangerous. I mean, I know it's just a video game, but it's how accidents happen. So, interesting. So if you get out of the forager while you have follow me active, when you get back in, it won't move. Interesting. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I mean, when it does what it does, as it is supposed to, it is amazing and it is a must-have mod. I just feel like it doesn't always do it. And then everything just goes kind of, yeah. I mean, we have had the hired worker do most of our lengths in this field. And we did save quite a bit of time there. Courseplay would definitely help for these little scruffy end bits. But for the most part, I think we've made pretty good time. I don't know what's going on with the JCB. Sir, we're working over here now, buddy. Come on. All right. We just need him to get a little bit closer. Come on now. There he goes. Beautiful. All right. So we'll knock out these little end bits. We will get that stripe down the middle of the field. And by the time we're done with all of this, we'll probably need to fill the trailer and empty it like 1.5 more times. So what we're putting in it now, we'll take over and dump, and then we'll be able to fit the rest of it in. And then that'll be it for this field. And that could be just about 2 hours. You know, I don't typically like to do just one thing in a stream, but sometimes it works out that way. Wait for our guy here. I swear our hired worker is just stoned all the time. Right through there. I spent through quite a bit of time. I had to go through most of the day to get everything ready to harvest. So it's already going on 4 o'clock. The sun will be going down soon. Not in this stream, but probably next stream for the sugar beets. We'll be working around sunset. And you know what? I spoke too soon. I think we probably got another couple trips over to the farm to dump this trailer. We've got a good bit of corn left. Right, so we lift that. Wait for our guy, taking their sweet time. It's twice now I forgot to do that. Twice now I forgot to drop the header. I've got the no more automatic header drop mod. And I do forget. And this is narrow enough now. I'm just going to go off the end and lift the header and then deadhead over to the other side. I mean, if we can, we may be full before we even get there. Yeah, that looks... Moment, please. Let's take a look. This looks just about full. 96%. I'm going to call that full. So we'll come off there. We'll go here. Take this over. Yeah, at least a couple more trips. Okay. Well, I mean, we are getting it done. We are getting it all in there. And I think that will be all of our silage needs for quite some time to come. With seasons turned off, it takes so much food to fill the animal troughs, but then it lasts so much longer than in seasons. I feel like seasons, the animals just burn through food. And the volume, the maximum volume in the troughs is reduced a little bit. Is that right? So they're easier to fill, but then they drain faster. Yeah, I think I said that right. Oh, right on. What's your total install size? I think mine was about 40 gig. Did they give you a total? And something else that's really cool about Arma is it is 33.7 right on. Something else I really like about Arma is the way that it's configured with the Steam Workshop. If you download a mod, when you look at it in the mod screen in-game, it will tell you if it has any dependencies. And it will automatically link to those dependencies in the mod workshop, so you can download them from the Steam Workshop in the mod portal in-game. You don't have to go back to Steam. So it's really, really well done. It's like CCAN for Kerbal Space Program. And I always appreciate that. Like, if mods are going to be a big part of your title, then you've got to make it easy to maintain them. Because downloading them that's one thing, but keeping everything maintained and playing well together, that's the one that can really be like a time toilet. But it'll straight up tell you, like, it'll give you a little red indicator that this mod is missing a dependency. And then it'll tell you exactly where to get that dependency and have like a link built in. So you know what it is, you know where to get it. And then if you want to get it, just click the link. But super, super streamlined and very quick. All right, and we're at 210 for maize now. Beautiful. I can't wait to get that camera problem resolved. I don't know exactly what it is, but I cannot wait to get it fixed. Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of why I backed away from Pro Mods. You know, it just... You just have that gap between when the new patch comes out and when you can play your game again. I mean, you can play it on the old patch if you want. You can keep it rolled back. You know, turn signal off. But I feel like peak mod has passed. I would say for me, peak mod was probably 2019, and I've just been kind of tapering ever since. And for most of 2019 and probably half of 2020, I didn't even realize I was doing it. I think on some level I just realized, like, this is sometimes more trouble than it's worth. You know, and that I used to run, I had like multiple map mods going in Euro Truck. I had Pro mods and Mother Russia and the Great Steppe. And, you know, you got to configure them all in a very specific order. And then you need like these fixes and hot fixes and all this all these hoops you have to jump through to keep it running, and at a certain point it's like, yeah, you know what? No, I don't need to do this. It's fine. And I was still using pro mods, but now even pro mods, I've backed away from that. I'm just playing base game. And I don't feel like I'm missing anything. So I think there's definitely, for me anyway, there's definitely a balance between go right there, between like a reasonable few add-ons and taking a game to the point where it's sort of broken, you know, and you spend all your time trying to keep it running rather than playing it. All right, there's my guy. This worked out really, really well, and I think the timing may work out well also. Yeah, I hear you, Ernie. 75% off that's a nice savings. I mean, base game is like $7. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And if you know it's a title that you've wanted for a long time and that you're pretty sure you're going to play, it's really hard to pass up. And I think, I mean, I can count every year, there's probably one or two titles that just, mistake, absolute disaster. And I think a lot of them you can sort of spot within the 2-hour refund window, like, yeah, no, this is not a good idea. And I think the one that got me this year was Firefighter Simulator. I went out of my 2-hour window. It's like that game had about 2 hours and 20 minutes of fun content. And I realized that 2 hours and 20 minutes in. But for the most part, I've got a pretty good track record as far as a title that I've wanted for a long time or that I've been thinking about or waiting for it to go on sale. Very rarely am I like super, super disappointed. But maybe once or twice a year. And for a 75% discount, I feel like that's the kind of title where even if you are wrong, it doesn't hurt as much. And for some of those titles, something like Farm Sim 19. You know, I thought I was done with it. Came back to it for Purbeck Valley, and now I'm playing this instead of 17. So, Firefighting Simulator. Oh my goodness, I kept playing it thinking like, surely I'm missing something. It must get better. But there have been titles that I got and was not able to get the refund and thought, oh, well, you know, this sucks. This is a terrible game and I'm never going to play it. And then there's a big patch or a big update or something, and it comes around and it turns into a title that you do spend time in and you get your money's worth regardless. Yeah, I was super disappointed. I really did think it was going to be different. Honestly, I thought the way they were talking about branded equipment, I really thought there was going to be more customizing the trucks, and I was looking forward to that. I was thinking it was going to be like a Forza type experience, where as your for-profit fire department, is that right? Is that ethical? As your for-profit fire department put out fires, you amassed enough points or enough XP or money or whatever that you could afford to upgrade your equipment. And it turns out you just get like a half dozen Minecraft fire trucks. And I saw some threads, like on release day, I saw some threads of people saying like, is there a roadmap? And the devs were like, no, not really. Not really, no. What do you think? So it doesn't happen that often. It does happen, but fortunately not that often. Man, our JCB is just lollygagging back there today. Oh, how do I want to do this? We gotta come back over to this part of the field either way. So let's go. Let's just keep making clockwise loops as we were, and then we'll trim off the bottom of that field, get those little bits there, and then get this row behind us. And I think that may be. I think we may be full at that point. If not, oh dear. Yeah, I was really kind of kicking myself that I did not get in that window, because there are a lot of titles where I was able to get in the window. Lotus, I tried and was able to do the refund. Fernbus, I was able to do the refund. Train Simulator 2021, I was able to do the refund. There have been a lot of titles like that where about an hour in, I just realized, like, yeah, no, I'm fooling myself if I think this is going to be okay. And for some reason, that one, I just kept playing thinking, well, you know, something will click. And by the time I realized it wasn't going to click, it was about 2.5 hours. So it goes. You know, at the end of the day, it's $30. It's not the end of the world. So we'll do, I think tomorrow we'll do, what did we do most recently? We did ETS? Yeah, I think we did. So we'll do, or did we do ATS? I don't remember. Whatever the truck sim that we did most recently, tomorrow we'll do the opposite of that one. Don't hit the fence. I said don't hit the fence. All right, let's pull this over here and get it teed up. And then we'll go back and get that sorted, sir. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now because it's going to require me to restart it anyway. So go over here, and then over here, take this off. And then right here like so. Put that back on. You know what? This is at 96%. Let's just go ahead and empty it now. We know we're going to have to, so we'll back this up. ETS? Okay. So we'll do ATS next time. And was it? No, it was ATS because we were in the Volvo. Maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever it was, we'll do the opposite. And then we just got a few more streams still to move, so we'll figure out how we want to do that. And I do think for the last stream that we do before the move, I do want to do ETS. Because that was the first thing that I posted on the channel 3 years ago. Almost to the day. I started in early March of 2017 or 2018. So almost 3 years to the day. We'll sort of close out the YouTube channel with exactly the same thing that we started with. So we'll do an ETS video to wrap it up, and then a week or so off, maybe 2 weeks, and then we'll be back on Twitch. But in the meantime, you can definitely find me on Discord. I'm not going anywhere. And we'll figure out what our next move is. And between now and then, I would love to get another tower. Completely unplanned, and it's one of those things like, well, how do you, like, accidentally spend $3,000? I could probably find a way. So I've been thinking about getting another tower, but it'll all depend. See how it works out. And you know what? This is 2 hours. we've just got a little bit of that field left to do. Let's go ahead and finish that field, just so my OCD isn't completely triggered. All right, camera bouncing. There we go. Try to get this somewhere in the middle here. There we are. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You gotta live a little. Enjoy yourself. Are we unloading here? Yeah, now we are. And I definitely have to figure out a way to make DCS and racing more a part of Twitch. I always wanted the channel to have more racing. And I think flight is a little bit coming around. I mean, I think part of it is in how you present it. I'm not going to ever blame my audience for not liking something. That's a, you know, that's a, definitely some moral hazard if you go down that road. You know, I definitely want to do videos that work for you, do streams that work for you. But there are games that I like to play, titles I like to play that don't really seem to get much of a response, so I'll accept responsibility for that. See if I can find a way to make them more fun for you to watch. But flight is something I want to be more a part of the channel, both commercial flight in X-Plane and also DCS. I really want to get the F-18 for DCS. I've been watching Spudknocker fly it, and it is an absolutely amazing aircraft. In real life it is, and in-game it is as well. So more DCS and definitely more racing. I don't even know how to bring racing to the channel because my wheel is so loud. You know, I hope it is. I hope it is. And you know, the main thing that I notice when I watch streamers, because I watch all kinds of different streamers, I feel like you need to at least be competent in the title that you're playing. You don't have to be like the greatest in the world. You don't have to be ranked. But I feel like what you're doing in stream, you need to be doing it at least as well as the people that are watching you do it, if not a little bit better. But you've got to be competent. Yeah, I really want to do it, Fried. I really do. I just need to figure out how. And my wheel is so loud. The fans and the motors and everything, my wheel is so loud. I don't know how I could talk to you. Honestly, I don't know how I could talk to you at all because I'm concentrating so hard. But I feel like if we can get the I just totally blanked out. What would we call that? The commentary. If we can get the commentary worked out, if we can get it so that I can talk to you while I'm racing, so that you can hear me and it's not too loud. Sir? And so the wheel is working, and so I can like be conversational, not sound like a complete lunatic. I would love to make that part of the channel. I do love racing. I really, really do. All right. Move closer to the vehicle while staying behind it. So we pull this up here a little bit. All right. And then back here. So the streamers that I watch, the streamers that I enjoy, they're competent. The games that they play, they're some of them are unbelievably good at them. Some of them are just sort of like essentially competent. What is going on now that it won't follow me? Come on now. This is unbelievable, man. It is every time I try to get it to follow, it says that it's blocked. Now, do you want to, or is it something that I don't get this now? For some reason, it is no longer like It's no longer, yeah, it continually says that it's blocked. I have no idea why. I don't get it, man. You know what? I should have stopped when I was at the farm. I knew it. I knew it. Yep. So follow me is not recognizing the Jag anymore. I don't... You know what? Cut your losses, son. Cut your losses. Run away. Let's hop right out here. There you go. There you have it. I will finish this up off camera. Can't... What? And then it, like, minimized the screen again. I will finish this up off camera. We will come back tomorrow. We'll do some truck sim. Whichever one we didn't do, we'll do that one. And then we'll do one more sugar beet harvest on Chellington. We'll do a couple more streams, and that'll be it. So, yep, look for me on Discord, and we'll continue talking about the multiplayer server. I do definitely want to get that going. And there you have it. There you have it. All right, thanks everybody. You're awesome. I appreciate you. You're a great audience. Thanks for doing this with me. It's the best part of my day. See you tomorrow. Good night.